Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Christians and friends. We thank and praise God for this, another glorious privilege to come into your homes while you're riding along in your automobiles, your various places of business, every hospital ward, even the boys and girls behind prison walls, to bring you Ramon Perry and According to Your Faith, the gospel show, emanating live and direct through the studios of WVTC, where we are winning victory through Christ. Listen, we trust and pray that this time with Jesus would give you strength to go forward in faith. Beloved, I'm so glad to be back with you tonight. It's going to be a great night. We've got some powerful guests. We had a great night on last week, and I am really, really, really excited about all that God is doing. I need you to like and share, get everybody in here that you can. We've got our guests. Larry Roberts Jr. He's in the background waiting to come. He's backstage. I've got Donald Buster Woods. We've got some new music coming out of Destiny Worship Center with Destiny Worship and Praise Chorale that is absolutely phenomenal. We've got the choir master himself, Dr. Ricky Dillard. He'll be on a little later. But in the meantime, I need you all in this room tonight. Share and like right now. I need to see more of you coming on in here. In the meantime, I just want to thank you all for your support. Many of you have been so supportive, and you've just been a blessing to WVTC. And we want to let you know, all of our supporters, we really, really appreciate you. We're streaming on WVTC on the website. You can get us on the app. We're also on YouTube. We're on Twitter and Twitch. And while we're talking about that app, I need everybody to make sure they have downloaded this app. Because we have some great things on the app. If anything ever happens to Facebook, YouTube, the app is always going to be for sure. We've got live 365. We got music 24 hours a day. And many of the artists that we share on here, we will have them there. You are subject to hear great music all day and all night. And while I'm talking about the app, let's talk about it a little bit more.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today. Go to your Apple.
You want to make sure you get that app. You want to make sure you get it on your phone. It works on the Android and the iPhone, and most of you all that have iPhones know that you're going to be caught up in the iCloud. How many are apostolic tonight? I need some apostolic folk in here tonight that's going to be caught up in the iCloud when we come back. I don't want to go on no spaceship. I want to go back with the Lord. Oh, somebody, listen, I have one question. I want to know, is there a doctor in the house? That's the first thing. That's the first thing we got to find out.
Is there a doctor in the house? Why, yes, there is. I am she is me, and me is her. Me, she, her. Dr. Perry is in the building. How is your week going for you, sir?
It's going real good. I'm grateful to God to be here. It's good to see you, Dr. B. I praise God that all things are well. Listen, I want to move this ship right along. Our first guest, Larry Roberts Jr. I want to bring him right on there. How you doing, Larry?
Hey, how y'all doing today? I'm doing great.
Good to see you, man. Tell me what's going on. I see you out there on the road. You got your hands on. You're doing so many great things. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But how is everything going?
You know, everything is going fine. I'm just trying to live for the Lord. I'm trying to stay saved, sanctified, and filled with the pressure of the gift of the Holy Ghost with a mind I want to run on and see what the end's going to be.
Huh?
Listen,
Yes.
that's a PK right there for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, Larry, you have been doing some great things out here in the kingdom. You've got your hands on some great projects. You are a musician, business owner, and I mean, I really don't know what to say. God has just gifted you in so many areas. But before we go into your story and we talk to you about some things, I wanted to do this. And I know you're driving, you're not going to be able to see it, but you're going to have to go back and look at it after the fact. This is just a little bit about Larry. that together, Larry. You've done so many.
Wow, that was nice, Ramon. Come on now.
Put that
That
together.
was nice.
So let's go back and unpack you, Larry. God bless you, Bird. I see you out there. Thank you so much. Tell us about your beginnings of with being a musician, and then we got to talk about Larry's Barber College, because if you live in Chicago and the adjoining areas, you are going to see Larry's Barber College. But let's go back to the beginning, musician, and then take us into entrepreneurship.
Well, hey, everything started from my mom and my dad. My dad said that when I was in my mama's stomach, he was like, man, he wanted me to follow his footsteps. So, that's what ended up happening. My dad, played for a lot of the greats back in the day, the Albertina Walkers and the James Cleveland and Timothy Wright, Douglas Miller, Father Hayes, Corinthians, Milton Bronson, you name it. My dad played for the people, and I was right there with him, so I didn't have any other choice except for to fall in, So I play keys, and I play keys, organ, and I play drums professionally, and I've been doing it since I've been a shorty. So that's where my humble beginning started at. And then I ended up started cutting hair when I was 13 because my father built the house out in the suburbs, and I didn't have nobody to look like me to cut my hair. So I went to Walgreens and bought a pair of clippers for $19.99. And I tell people the rest is history. So that's how I started.
Now listen, that right there is the rest is history. Listen, what okay, so let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about you being a musician.
Okay.
Listen, you sat up under one of the greatest musicians that we can even speak today. And that's Bishop Larry Roberts Sr. His name, he's been on the show along with your mom, a songbird among songbirds. And tell me what that was like when you realized you had a musical gift. We're gonna get to the entrepreneurship in just a minute. But when did you realize you had a musical gift? That's what I want to
talk. Since I had a drum set, and my dad had an organ. My dad had his first organ when he was 13. So basically, I always had an organ in the house from the time I was born. So I always sat on the organ and played the organ, and then the drums. I had a drum set since I was able to pick up sticks and start beating. So kind of came together. I feel like I can play any instrument, but the instruments that I make the money on is the keys and the drums, and I'm a songwriter. So I knew I had it in me as I was growing up. I was writing songs when I was younger, and just really watching my dad. My dad was the type of person, never late. Always made sure he knew his material. Just I watched all of that, in business, and because my dad had restaurants, so I had to run my dad's restaurants when I was a teenager, along with being a musician as well. So it kind of worked together hand in hand.
Absolutely, and I could see that it speaks for itself. One of our guests is coming on, Dr. Ricky Diller. You played for him some years back. You said, for how many years did you play for New G?
Oh, I played for New G for 13 years plus, and Rick, man, allowed me to put Dr. Diller. I'm a doctor too, Dr. Diller, so don't get it twisted. Just so you know, I got my doctorate too, Dr. Diller. But Ricky is like one of my best friends, man. But I played for New G for over 13 years. Ricky allowed me. I traveled the world with New G. I mean, we went everywhere, from Italy to Germany to, I went to Australia with some other people, but Italy, Germany, London, all over the United States. I had the opportunity to travel with Ricky, so I really appreciate him giving me that opportunity. And also, I wrote some songs that's some pretty nice hits for New G back in the day. So yeah, I appreciate that. And I knew Ricky when he had a Jerry curl. So back in the day, that's how long I've been knowing Ricky.
Oh, wow.
My grandma loved him to pieces too.
I believe that. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, in a time when it appears, and Dr. B, we talked about this, it appears that some of our men of color that have been so successful, in a time that they have been torn down from the inside out, in the church, out the church, I wanted to spotlight the fact that you have held the line and you have done some great things out here, giving back to the community in terms of your business and entrepreneurship. So let's talk about Larry's Barber College and the barbershops that you've got all over. When I look up and see your name, I'm like, I know his mom and daddy. I'll play with this. Well, let's talk about that, Larry. That is to be commended in a time in this season. Am I right, Dr. B? This.
Absolutely. Job well done.
So let's talk about that. How did that get?
So I opened up my So I went to barber school. I literally started with a barbershop in my basement. My mom and dad. My mom was against it at first, like, "What you doing cutting your hair in this bathroom?" So she made, go down to the basement and cut your hair. So I got a mirror holding a mirror, and I can't see the back of my hair. I'm like, "Dad, man, I'm gonna finish cutting my hair." So he was like, "I'm gonna talk to you." So my mom's nickname is Fox. Like, Fox, let him cut his hair up there. So I went in the bathroom, cut my hair. I made sure I cleaned up, and then I ended up going from having one chair to two chairs in my basement, and I had a full flat. Like, I cut celebrities in my basement. I mean, I cut some of everybody here in the basement with another barber. And I went to barber school when I was 17, and I opened up my first barber shop when I was 19. So I've been in business today for 31 years, and then I opened up my barber schools of 8. So I have 8 schools right now, with a few more actually on the way. And I opened up my barber school in 2004, but I opened up my first barber shop when I was 19.
We celebrating you, man, on that. It is literally awesome to be able to say that. And so that's part of giving back. That's giving our brothers and sisters an alternative to doing
Yes.
something else. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Larry, we have to
But
talk.
one of the things also, Ramon, and I ain't mean to cut you off. You said something that really it sparks something within me when people say it's giving them, like, we are literally a $547 billion industry. I don't know if people really know that. Like, do you know what the red, white, and blue barber pole stand for?
I don't. I see it all the time, but I
Okay.
never knew.
So the red stand for blood, the blue stand for veins, the white stand for bandages, and the ball on the bottom is called a basin. So basically, what that is we used to be doctors and dentists back in the day, right? So it wasn't until later on in the 1800s when they separated the professions and they made a doctor, a dentist, and our professional name is a tonsorial artist, right? So I was 18 years old, man, making $100,000 a year when haircuts was only $10. So now haircuts $40, $50. So you can make anywhere from 100, 150, $200,000 a year if you one of those type of barbers. I used to start at 4 o'clock in the morning. I've cut the basketball players, football players, baseball players. I was Judge Mathis' barber for a year. I did other people in Hollywood. And then when I was on tour, guess who the barber was on tour? Me. I cut all the people on tour. When the guys come in town, select Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, and different, people. When they come in, I cut all my guys' hair as far as the music industry is concerned, man. So it's a really, really big deal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people minimize us because of our postures inside the shop, which is why, I have signed. I don't allow cursing in my shops and inappropriate music, and we greet people when they come to the door, and we yes ma'am and no ma'am and may I help you, and we open up when we're supposed to open up. So all of that have a lot to do, with being a professional in this industry, man. I think that is vital.
That goes a long way with me. What say ye, Dr. B, about that? What say ye? I'm
First of all, I just want to commend you and thank you for making a way out of no way for some of those who didn't know which way they were going to go. And they chose to go to Larry's barber school or barber college. I call it a college because you got to learn when you go in there. And when they go in there, they're going in one way, but they're coming out another way. And the other way is with purpose. So I just want to commend you, not just for the young men, but for the young women that's coming through your schools and learning not just about hair, but about life and about God and life situations that will change their life. They're coming through your college with life-changing experiences. So that's what I wanted to say to you. Thank you. You're making
Thank you so much.
And Larry, what can you say to someone else that's on the fence about starting their own business and getting off the ground that might be viewing this show tonight?
I always say that, you have to go through in order to get to, but it's how you deal with what you going through that determines how you come out. We can't feel like we're exempt. I've written a couple of books. I dealt with suicide before. I felt I was at a point in my life where I felt like God hated me. I'm a PK. I tried to live the way the Bible said and the way they taught us to live, and stuff wasn't happening fast enough for me. And I thought maybe I was doing something wrong. How the drug dealers and the gangbangers doing better than me, this, that, and the other. But you have to go through in order to get to. But it's how you deal with what you go through that determines how you come out, right? So when I started becoming more mature and start being more accountable to, you don't go out and buy a BMW and you can only afford a Grand Am, but then you want to blame God when the repo man come. No, that was you, right? So I had to get some things in order. And I always say that we have to be careful we don't allow our gift to take us someplace that our character can't handle. So I just, took a step back and started making sure that I was more disciplined. I was making sure that I aligned things properly to ensure that I wasn't in the way of where God wanted to take me. So I opened up an automotive school of technology where I have automotive, diesel, aviation, HVAC appliance repair, and welding school that I opened up. I'm the first school to ever open up in the county jail. I've been there for almost 15 years. I'm in IDJJ, the Illinois Department of Juvenile Justice. I'm in 2 of those locations, opening up in the 3rd location. I'm an adjunct for the city colleges, Truman College, and just did a barber school inside of Olive Harvey College. I have my master instructor license in over 22 states. So I'm not waiting for nobody. I'm not waiting for nobody, man. When opportunity knocks, I want to be ready. You know what I'm saying? I got a non-for-profit. I have LJ Music Group that houses my own record label, distribution management. So I'm gonna, go full steam ahead with that sooner than later, man. So I have a shoe and clothing brand. I have shops inside of Walmarts. I have a men's hair care products, man, and I have an amazing staff that helps me to be able to keep all of this stuff on course. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first person in my industry. I'm going to build a school from the ground. Soon as the weather break in April, we're supposed to break ground. So I'm the first person in the hair care industry ever to build a barber cosmetology school from the ground. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm just shaking my head in awe of all that God is doing and has assigned to your hands. We're celebrating you tonight on WVTC, man. And anytime you have something going on that you think that everybody needs to know about, you stop by here and let us know. We'll make sure the word gets out. Okay.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate you allowing me to be on the show as well. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And we send kudos out to Bishop. He retired. I was at the musical and he's
I was out of town. That's why I wasn't there. So
at the retirement musical, I thought you were there.
No, I wasn't there. I was I was out of town at that time. I was there for the wait a minute, you talking about about when I was there for that. I thought you was talking about when they put naming in.
No.
Naming in. Okay, yeah. Because I spoke at the retirement musical, right?
Yeah,
right.
Did. Yeah, I was like, I know I'm a little older, but wait a minute.
right. Okay.
Oh, man, so you'll come back and share with us again?
Absolutely. Anytime you ask me, I'll be there.
Okay, I'm gonna let you hang in until you can. I know you got some things going on.
I will.
With you backstage, but thanks again for coming on WVTC with me and Dr. B.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, God bless you, everyone. You heard it right here with Ramon Perry and the Court of Your Faith, and we are just glad and privileged to have some of the best of the best of the best of the best. Listen, I'm getting ready to bring up my other brother right here who is doing some great things in the kingdom. I don't really know what to say.
Dr. Larry is getting so many congratulations and great jobs. We have to hold up our own, and I'm just glad that he's here with us on WVTC. I'm glad to be in the number 2. Come on, y'all. Thank you so much. Send up some hearts for Dr. Roberts. Yes.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm getting ready to go on the great west side of Chicago. I got to stop by there. That's my roots, and bring on my brother, the one and only Donald Buster Woods. What are we talking about here? How you doing, Buster?
Man, we good, brother. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. It's good to have you here. Before you say another word, I want to just send some kudos out. I saw Pastor Marlon Winfrey, Zion Temple Church. I see Daryl Smith, Sally Cole Butler, Alice, Curtis Ellaby, some great people in here. I want you all to like and share. It's some good stuff coming. It's not over between you and me, okay? Don't y'all judge me.
If y'all not a house head, you wouldn't get it. So just sit on down.
I understand.
Come on here. We out there.
Ramon know about my music tape. Don't play with me.
Oh man, listen, we done talked about it, Buster. So Buster, what is going on? You all are slamming over there. Reach up, God's got it. Let's talk about this new single, these 2 new singles. Come on, let's talk about it.
Well, really, it's not 2 new singles. I just blessed you. That's all.
Oh, is that what it is? All right. Well, I'm going with that.
You have an exclusive on that other single.
Oh, man.
Let me say this, Ramon. First of all, thank you, man, for having me. Hey, Sally. I'm sorry. I'm going to be saying hi to people. I'm sorry. I am so excited about Destiny Worship and Praise Chorale finally releasing these albums. We recorded in 2008. Recorded again in 2017, and so we took both of those Sunday nights broadcast recordings, put them together. He came up with an amazing curation of music, man. I think it's going to be really good church music that people are going to love. But this guy's got it for you that Pastor DeAndre is saying. Listen, this man is I don't know how long he can last on what's going on, Dale. I don't know how long he can last singing in B flat like that. But he is singing, man. He's really doing a great job. I'm so proud of him. I'm happy for him to get this record out for him. You understand what I'm saying? It's been years. This is Destiny's 20th year. And I told him, I said, Pastor D, I'm going to put these records out specifically to get them finished up for our 20th year anniversary. And in June, it will be our 20th year anniversary and the records will be out. And so I'm very excited about it, man. Very excited. Shout out to Indie Blue, who helped to distribute the record and helped us finish up the project. So very happy that we could talk about having the project this year.
Well, while we're talking, Buster, let me just play a little of that live clip from the night that I was over there. The rest will speak for itself. I ain't gonna talk. I just want the people to see it. I got to stop because I'm about to take off. Y'all don't hear the whole thing. That's just a piece of it. When Buster, I told him and Elder Bercy, I said, it doesn't make sense the way you all saying that. They should have called the cops because you all literally ripped that place apart. Who wrote that song? Let's talk about that.
So Butch Hayward wrote that song.
I know.
I know you know. Butch is a songwriter for church music. I'm here to tell you. He's incredible, and he did that song with Oliver Oakland. There's a young man here in Chicago, Illinois, who used to have a choir, who was an incredible singer, Floyd Wilkinson. And Floyd used to sing that song down just like that. And we did an arrangement similar to his, and that's where that whole putting a hump on it came. And man, it's just good church. It's something that I believe people can still sing. I mean, if you even have a mediocre choir, man, you can kind of get through and kind of sing that song. So that's important for me to make sure that people can sing the music. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to a point where we can't even sing this stuff, man. We can't even talk. The music is so hard to teach, and the churches are missing those opportunities to have good church music. And so I said I was going to make sure that happened for us on this time around.
Well, just to be fair, and I know that may not have come across all the way like y'all gonna hear it, because you all need to go and download it. How can people secure that? That's the key piece right there. Come on, talk about that.
Very important. So listen, you can go download it on your iPhone, on your Android, even if you got an Android. I'm praying for you. But if you have an Android, you can download it on Spotify. You can download it on the Google App Store. You can download it on Tidal. You can download it anywhere that digital downloads are available all around this world. Listen, when you do, I want you to buy it. Y'all need to learn about the gospel music industry and how it works. If you purchase it, it really does help us in areas. But let me tell you what else helps. Streams. So if you even stream it, if you will do me a favor and put it on repeat and stream it 10 times tonight on your way to bed, just let it play. That's about 40. That you're gonna have 40 minutes of DeAndre Patterson in your ear. But I'm telling y'all, and this is for any independent artist, streams that helps the streams to actually make an impact. If you can just play it. Listen, when I first got it, I have 2 phones. I played it on my phones constantly for 3 days straight. And then sometime I just take a few times a day out or two to just do it every now and then. Had all of my church members do it. Had all my choir members do it. It does help. So anything that you guys do to help us get the word out about God's Got It, it's going to be greatly appreciated.
Well, I'm going to just give them a little teaser, Buster, just a little bit. But we need to do what he said. We need to buy it and play it and stream it and stream it. Come on, reach up. God's got it. That's it. That's all you're gonna get tonight. That's it. I'm not
Man, why you teasing the people, man?
I promise you need to go
This
get
is what
it.
he does. He does his homework and then make us suffer.
I just got one thing to tell you before we talk about this other song. God's got it for you.
Yes.
Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor,
yeah,
God's got it for you. Now,
neighbor.
Now we got one more.
I got a dog over here. I'll tell him.
Listen, the next song, am I gonna need my tambourine? Because I can't find my tambourine right now. It was right here.
I'm gonna let Buster talk about it. Let's talk about this next song. We know our brother Stephen Puff Jones is another killer. He's arsenal. So let's talk about it.
Listen, Steve Puff Jones is my guy. Y'all know Puff is an icon in the United States. He's doing that. He's been in Michigan. He's been in Illinois. He's worked in Indiana. Steve Puff Jones is an amazing guy. I believe Steve used to direct New Generation Chorale with Ricky. He was one of their lead singers, one of their main lead singers. Steve Puff Jones is incredible. And also along with Steve singing is our worship leader at our church, Monique Mines Griffin. Jesus. A singing woman. And so proud of her for getting the opportunity to make it happen. So this song that we did by James Hall is another little ditty that our choir likes to sing too. And I don't know, that's one of the ones that the choir get to do one of them things. They be rocking like that, You gotta have one of them kind of songs. You don't have one of them, So,
you ain't doing nothing. You ain't got one of those.
Gotta have a little.
Gotta have it.
Well, let's play just a little of that because they got to download it and stream it. Give us a song title.
The name of the song title is "Get the Glory."
Let's go get it. And that's all you're going to get. Because you're going to go and download that song. And you're going to, how many times they got to play it? They got to stream it. Come on, give them the instructions one more time, Buster.
Look, they can just take their time. And look at Puff on here.
He's on here. God bless you, Stephen.
They take their time and stream that song. And many times you're like, that song is not available for download yet. It will be on the full album that's coming out. I just gave Brother Ramon a sneak peek because he is one of, listen, Ramon was a part of my church for a little while. And the time he was an extreme asset. Made me play some songs I want to play in some keys I didn't want to play in and all that kind of stuff. But Ramon is, y'all know Ramon is a choir master himself. And so, working along with Pastor DeAndre and having people like Ramon in my life, this is incredible. It helps me to hone the gift that God's gave me as well. And so being able to be around people like that, it's priceless, man. You can't beat it with a stick, man. can't be doing this. So we appreciate you too, Ramon. You're incredible, bro.
Well, God bless you. Oh, let's send a shout out for Destiny. What time are the services on Sunday and where's the church located?
Okay, so Destiny is at 5514 West Chicago Avenue. We're on the west side of Chicago at Central and Chicago Avenue. We have service times at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, and then Tuesday night we have what we call TNT, Tuesday night teaching. And so that's our schedule for our church. We're a praising church. We love God and we love God's people. And one of our favorite sayings is "Love is what love does."
Love does.
And so you already know, Ramon. So you know what's up, man. So love is what love does, and we try to move around in the spirit of love, and that's our aim at Destiny Worship Center Ministries.
So again, how can we get God's Got It? How can they secure it?
All streaming platforms. God's Got a Few is on all streaming platforms. Apple Music, iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. It's everywhere that you download music. Go and check out God's Got It, and you're gonna really, really enjoy it. I'm sure.
You gonna come back again with us, Buster?
Oh man, yeah. I told you.
Hang out.
Got a book coming out too.
We got to talk about that. I got to get you on. It's something else going on, Buster. All that's relative. We're gonna talk about that, and I got to get you back on. Okay.
For sure. So
hang in the backstage with me if you can. Okay.
I will.
Okay. Listen, you heard it with Ramon Perry, according to your faith, the gospel show right here at WVTC, where we are winning victory through Christ. Listen, I got Dr. B here with me, and our next guest, the one and only choir master of all times, Dr. Dillard, is in the room.
Come on, Ricky,
how you doing?
There he is. Yes.
God bless y'all. How y'all doing?
We're doing
absolutely
good.
Amazing.
Good to have you, Ricky. We go back a long way. We grew up in this city together, going to some of the same programs and under the same influences, and you have represented us well, and we are godly proud of you. How you doing tonight? Talk to us.
Thank you so much, my friend. It's so good to be here. Good to be on with you tonight. And Dr. B, we thank y'all for having us tonight. You know, it's the middle of the week. We've been in a bittersweet weekend where we dropped our album on last Friday. And we were excited that Choir Master 2 has finally been given to the world. And in the midst of us giving the album and releasing it, our former music director, Michael Taylor, who produced many of the albums that many of you love, he went to be with the Lord. So it's been a bittersweet week and weekend, but we honor the Lord for his spirit and his kindness to, shield us from the pain or to even soothe our pain. So we are getting along as well as God will allow us. So we thank you.
And one last thing on that note, Ricky, we're also going to stand on the spiritual truth that you know and I know that our doctor and father taught us spirit was never born.
Yes.
And spirit can never die. So we will meet again. Listen, Ricky, let me take you back just a little bit, if you will. We're going to go back. I see True Diva Gates is in the room tonight. One of the fine altos, New G. Let's go back just a little bit. Just a little of it.
Let us all go back to the old
Ricky, did you think it was going to come to this back then?
No, not really. Um, well, I can't say that I didn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my idea of the assignment was to really minister to those who God would bring under my tutelage.
Absolutely.
And, through the years, I got better clarity of that. But in the beginning of those early years, what you just showed, we were just some young folks from Chicago Heights who just wanted to sing and wanted to be in the mix. We wanted to, go to the concerts and sing on the concerts. We got a little choir from the Burbs, up in the shy, trying to hang with the heavyweights. So, our thing was, let's go into the city and, show out a little bit out there and have some fun. And little did we know that we were being watched by industry people and even Chicagoans who were of prestige or VIP music was speaking our name to powers that be. And God had strategically ushered me to every door that I was supposed to walk through. And it has been a wonderful journey to see those clips from Saturday Night Sing. I still remember when we were asked to come on after doing the McDonald Chicagoland Gospel Fest. It was a choir competition, and we won first place for the sing-off and the actual concert itself. And, things just started moving and moving. God just had people at certain places who were speaking our name and allowing us to walk indoors. And I know God did it all, but there were some great people such as Don Jackson and Sasha Dalton in the very beginning who were just instrumental in my come through and was determined to show me off.
One of our brothers that the Lord has taken away spoke so highly of you from back in the day, and that is the late Professor Stanley Davis. And we've lost some along the way, but he was godly proud of you. We often talked about some of the things that you were doing out there, Ricky. And I just want to let you know, many stand on your shoulders today. And we literally have to thank you for keeping choir music in the front of the industry. I mean, you all just don't miss. I told somebody, I was talking to one of the members one time, it's like, New G is going to turn the key. Don't worry about it. They are going to turn it on. And two of my favorite choirs, one of you, Cosmopolitan, and we go back with them a very long way. As a matter of fact, if anybody looks at that old reunion tape from '83, both you and I were there. We were young bucks, 28 in the waist. All that's over.
Hungry. We were hungry for
And we
we
were
were
sitting.
hungry for what the doctor had to give. I know I was
Mhm.
there to eat everything he gave. Uh,
Absolutely.
you know, it didn't matter if it was just a Sunday morning service, a 5 o'clock broadcast, a midnight musical, gospel, cavalcade, whatever he had, I was there to just absorb it all. And into this very day, I still do the same while he is asleep. I know Brother Cedar Darrell's son, who's very instrumental. His father was very instrumental back in the old days, in the 60s, 70s, maybe 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s with gospel music on TV. And I had his son to post "Everything Is All Right," and that was one of the first television performances I saw for Father Hayes. Was that performance?
That one, yeah. I think they did two more prior to that. They did one on Langley and one on the early days of Langley when the church was Universal Kingdom of Christ. I don't know why I remember all those things.
Well, I got to see those performances, but the
Mhm.
first time that I saw him
Was
was
on.
one "Everything Is All Right,"
Everything's all right.
which then made me research back to what they had done before.
and had
Mm-hmm.
found those clips of what you're speaking of now,
Mm-hmm.
when they were on Langley, and then they were with Universal Kingdom of Christ Church. But you know, you can't be a son and not do the history and not go back into the history. And
That's right.
you know, I'm a Father Hayes Flynn fan forever. Even as he sleeps, I have to just go back and watch. And I'm very proud of Darrell, Pastor Darrell, and Cosmopolitan to this day. They still have that spark. It's different, but they still have
Absolutely.
that spark. And you know, he as pastor is doing it his way with still the Father Hayes touch. And
Absolutely.
I'm still thankful that he
Mm-hmm.
keeps the foundation of Dr. Hayes there, but also expanding it to the Joshua, who is to take them to the next place. And I'm very, very proud of Cosmopolitan Church of Prayer. I watch them all the time, just to see what they're doing and if they keeping the stuff together that the Father left there, and they are. So it's just incredible.
Well, Ricky, let's talk about Choir Master 2. What is different about this one as opposed to the ones prior to this? I'll tell you this, and I want you respond. I was on my way to Bishop William Hudson's birthday celebration last week, and I downloaded the whole project, and I got stuck on those last three songs. And what's that song that leads into the makeup? I know what prayer can do. That fast one, press.
Pray through, pray through.
So I was on Lakeshore Drive heading downtown. Now, honestly, if it wasn't raining, I would have literally had to pull over in one of them spots and do some good toe tapping because I had to do just that. Let's talk about this new project that is absolutely dynamic. Talk to us about it.
Well, I mean, um, my idea is not to compete against the records, and I know most people, you know, when they listen to this particular project or the ones previously, you know, everybody's going to have some favorites and say that this one is their favorite and the last one was that was their favorite and the last one before that was their favorite. But for me, the joy of this is to hear from the Lord. And before I start to put my ears or even thinking about a record, I just kind of pray and ask him, you know, to open my ears to what he would really have for us to sing. And when I am listening to music that writers send me, either it's good for what I'm doing or it is not what I'm looking for. But whatever it is for this project, it always itch my ear. And all of the songs that you hear on any of the previous projects are because the songs itched my ear. And sometimes I don't even have a concept. But before I get through putting all the songs together, God has put a concept together. So this time, you know, we just called this choir master, and we're speaking to democracy, how important it is that we remain a country that is, you know, for democracy. We're not looking for no kings and people who are outlawed by the laws that they put here for everybody else. So again, you know, I'm not just in church. I want my feet to be on the ground at what we need to be singing about and what we need to
Mm-hmm.
be praising God for. Is what He's going to do in these next years to come. Through the message of these songs, I pray that, you know, as I'm giving interviews, I'm letting people know that I am singing to the times. Women's health care has been taken away. Our voting rights are under attack. It's like they don't want us to vote anymore. They're doing everything that they can do to roll us back before Martin even spoke his first words in the civil rights. So I hope that we are awakened by the times, everything. Police brutality is still strong out here. Police still killing and beating black folks. You know, I want to sing to that it'll soothe the heart of those who believe God.
If I can respond, Ricky, Dr. B, I was at the recording that you did on the East Coast in DC, flew into DC and flew out of Baltimore the same night. And it was evident that night when things had shifted in the country, when a certain, you know, the when the orange stain came upon the United States, that you were savvy about what was going on in terms of social justice, and you spoke to it that night. We're gonna be all right. I know what just happened, but you all sang us through that because we were feeling a weight behind the last election. So I knew that you were on that page and were thinking about the masses. And then when we went down to Munster, Indiana, I didn't miss this last one, but I've been at the rest. You went to Munster, Indiana, and we talked about I'm free, and the videos that you had up on the monitors again spoke to everything you are saying. So I know that you mean what you say.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, I just want our people to understand we can't be asleep. We have to wake up about the life that Christ died to give us. If you are bound by the law in scripture, of which he died to take away from you and gave you a new covenant, which is now grace. And then when you walk the streets daily, you're talking about the laws of the land now. So we are way between law of life and law of the land.
Come on.
So where do we live? When do we live?
Mm-hmm.
And it is important to me that we understand the finished work of Christ and also keep our eyes and ears open for what the Spirit, and when you got the Holy Spirit, he gonna lead you and guide you through this. He gonna lead you and guide you if you have the Holy Ghost. I don't know about others who don't have him. You got to have him in order to be able to be led. If that makes sense.
My word is absolutely here, and well said. We're not going to keep you long, Dr. Dillard, but there's one or two people that wanted to say hello to you. And one, I know his name is Larry Roberts Jr. And there's another one, Donald Buster Woods, wanted to say hello to you before we moved on with the presentation tonight.
Both of
Hey,
those my
Doc.
guys. They both my
Hey,
guys.
Doc.
What up,
What's happening?
RD? What's up, doctor?
Well, wherever I am in the world, I'm always hearing something about both of y'all, so that makes me feel good.
Appreciate
Listen, we love you, Ricky, man. Hey, listen, I just was listening to the way you were talking about social injustice and the way that you have tied it into your music. I was too at the recordings, and the way you tied them into what we're dealing with these days, and how we do need to have that comfort and have that listening ear. And you are doing an amazing job, man. I love you, brother. This brother has been a part of me and my family, my personal family, for years. And so I really do appreciate you, man. What you bring to the table. You're an amazing, amazing, amazing choir master. You and DeAndre Patterson, I get y'all mixed up all the time.
That's all right. That's all right.
Amen.
You know what?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Buster.
Well, I'm biased. Rick always been. New G is always that's number one for me, man. So Rick already know how I feel.
Indeed.
Well, I wanted them to be able to come and say something to you, Rick, before we go. Thank you, Buster and Larry. There's one more that I know you recognize his face. We're going to bring him in here, and he's going to say he wants to just give you a little congratulations. Do you recognize this gentleman here?
Oh, yes, I do. What's up, Unc? How you feel, man?
Hey. How's everybody?
You know I miss you, man. Hey, when I'm looking at the church, I see you pop every blue moon, but I'm just godly proud. I'm just proud of you, how you have just shifted the guards at Cosmopolitan. I know Pops is gone to sleep, but just to shift the guards and still be alive to watch it flourish off of everything that you taught it and how you nurtured it and trained it. I'm just so proud of you today. And whenever you step before that choir, I'll be smiling, man. He here. He there today. You know, he there today.
I am so proud of you, and congratulations on everything that you have done. You know, I am really proud of you, Ricky.
Thank you.
I
Y'all
don't.
taught me a lot. I mean, I can't even tell you how much I've studied and studied, whether I was personally at a rehearsal or just at a performance, or even coming over to the house when y'all would allow me as a youngster to just come to the house and
Mhm.
to be with pops and to have dinner
Right,
and
right.
just all of the things that y'all imparted in me, put me on stage when you had concerts and anniversaries, allowed me to do the broadcast when you were on the road,
Uh-huh.
everything. I have a whole book, not a chapter, but a whole book to write about you and Dr. Hayes and Cosmopolitan, of which to this very day still is very dear in my heart.
Well, I come on here to congratulate you and speak about you, not you speaking about.
Hey, listen.
You was the smoothest with it. I've been knowing you all my life. You've been knowing me all my life, and you was the smoothest with it, man.
Yeah.
Alan
Uh,
is Alan is the director's director. You better believe
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
period.
Yeah.
Period.
Indeed,
see,
indeed.
Yeah.
Period.
Ain't nowhere in the
Chewing that,
world
chewing
we
that
can talk
gum.
about us
Yep.
without us talking about you.
Dr.
Right.
B, Dr. B, I wanted this to be a special night on WVTC for
And it
Ricky.
is.
By
yeah.
bringing some of the people that I know that we were all influenced and blessed by, and those that were part of our camp that we're still connected to. This was for you tonight, Ricky, because you've really sowed so much into the kingdom, and in
Oh, yeah.
Chicago appreciates you and what you're still doing.
Hmm.
We owe you, and you have given back every time with good choir
Absolutely.
music.
Yes,
Chicago is
yes.
home, always home for me. I don't care where I live in the world. Chicago is the foundation of Ricky Dillard and Ricky Dillard and New G. All of my training came from Chicago, all of it.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
thank God for Father Charles G. Hayes, Alan
Amen.
Capay. I thank God for
Oh,
Milton
wow.
Bronson, who also was very instrumental in my
Okay.
journey here,
Yes,
Reverend James Cleveland, Dr. Matty
yeah.
Clark, and also Thomas Whitfield. I
Hmm.
also thank God for Tyrone Block and LSD,
Yes.
Right.
whom, when I first started my journey, it was them who allowed me to step on stage with them, and that took off to Milton Bronson and so forth. Father
Hmm.
Hayes is always, from a kid, just opened his arms. I guess because he saw so much of himself in me, he just took me in. And I'm just so
Yeah.
thankful for all of y'all. I don't take it for granted. From Larry Roberts, who was our musician and worked with me
Hmm.
at St. James as well, worked with New G, went on tours with me. All of the Buster Woods as well, just all of you, just been instrumental in Ricky Dillard's life. So I just thank God for all of you coming on here tonight. I'm very, very surprised that all of y'all are here. Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming on. I
I
appreciate
gotta
it.
get you. I gotta get you in to cut your hair, Unc. You gotta get it together so you come get a haircut. I'll be
Oh
making you
yeah,
look like
oh
you about
yeah. I
45.
know
Yeah.
when to come when I'm doing something major. When I'm doing something major, I come to
Well,
get you.
I
That's
was talking about Uncle Alan Gathay, Rick.
that's why I got
Ah,
this hat
let me
on.
say.
That's why I got this hat on. You
Well,
know,
but you,
I just,
but
I just,
I was cutting Ricky hair when he had hair. When I would give him a part of his hair for
Watch
the
out there
sessions and
now.
stuff like that.
Even when I ain't
And
had no
I
hair, you
actually
was cutting my hair.
absolutely
I just got out the
I
hospital.
actually cut
That's why I
I cut
got this
Mike's
cap
hair today
on.
for his services, man. So I made him look real good for his
Oh,
services
thank
for
you.
Saturday.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
Beautiful.
Well,
Beautiful.
listen, I thank you guys for coming on, hanging there with me, Ricky. We're getting ready to go off the radio, off the air in just a moment. I wanted to just again surprise you. Thank you, Larry and
Thank you,
Buster and
everybody.
Alan. I really appreciate you guys for sharing with
Alan
us
just said
tonight.
that he just got out of the hospital. That's
He
why he had
did.
that hat on.
He did.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
He,
know that.
yeah, he did. He got out the hospital,
Prayers
and
going.
but he's doing
All
well now.
right.
He's on his feet. He's doing well. I'll
Okay,
probably
good.
be see him over the weekend. So tell us how we can secure this project. So we're going to go off with New G singing tonight. But Ricky, tell us how we can secure this project and tell us a little bit about it before we go. I'm going to bring the owner on in just a minute, but let's talk about that real quick.
Well, you can get wherever you buy music, you can buy this project. iTunes, Spotify, you name it, Tidal. Wherever you get music, go there and download Choir Master 2. It is a powerful choir project. If you like choir music, that's what we came to give you. That is my assignment, and I am sure about what I've been called to do. So I hope that you enjoy this project. It's some great songs for everybody, whether you are a senior choir to a youth choir. We got something for you. Combined choir, mass choir, you name it. Go get this project. You will be blessed. And for bookings, give us a call at our office at 404-990-0305. This is for bookings. Again, that's 404-990-0305. Or you can email us at choirmasters with an S, new G, at gmail.com. Again, that's choirmasters with an S, new G, at gmail.com.
And you heard it right here with Ramon Perry in the corner of your faith. Before we go, I want you to meet the owner. I know you've met him before. This is Reverend Franklin Morris.
Hey, how's it
God
going,
bless
Dr.
you, my
Dillard?
friend and brother. God bless you, Pastor
God bless
Morris.
you. You know something, I just have to say this much. 6 years ago in March was the first time that our radio station was down at the Stellar Awards. And I got an opportunity to take pictures with you and interview you. And I said, I'm from Chicago. We're a new station. And you was just so humble,
Oh, bless
a
you.
great man of God, and it made my heart feel great. So for you, I thank you for just being so humble and taking the time and just putting a smile on my face, because that was literally our first goal at just being at the Stellar Awards. And you know, nothing but God. We've actually won 2 back-to-back Stellar Awards for Internet Radio Station of the Year.
Hallelujah.
But I just wanted to say thank you. But I also got to say this much before we go. When you went to the Stellar Awards, I think Atlanta, you tore that place up. You had church up in there, up in there. Stellar Awards are never going to be the same again, ever.
Thank you.
Ever. I'm just like,
Thank
whoa, hold up. Normally you laid back and everything else, and you came up in there, and I said, OMG, he's bringing church up into the place.
Well, to God be the glory. I'm thankful that we were able to be on the Stellar Wars as many times as we have been. But whenever we go, we want to take it to a gospel place, because that's what we're there to do, is to sing gospel music. So there it is. I'm thankful that you enjoyed that performance, man of God. Thank you.
Yeah, and we are going to have you come to Chicago. So we will be reaching out to you. WVTC will be reaching out to you to come to Chicago and put on a performance, or put on
All right. All
put
right.
on a
We look
gospel
forward.
show.
We look forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
Dr.
you.
B.
Listen, one more time, Rick. We're going to put this up, and then I'm going to leave the airway with New G. So what happens is sometimes Facebook, when we play, especially your music, they will flag us. So we have to go and get the clips that were live. So we're gonna go off with New G tonight. They're gonna carry on, and y'all get ready to dance. Move your seats around, because you're gonna need a
I
little
don't have my tambourine. I don't know where my tambourine at. We with the greatest of all right here, and I don't have my tangerine with me.
tangerine. So I'm gonna
The
put this up.
choir master is here.
He's in the building. I want to thank New G. You all are up in here thick. I want to thank
They
all of
are.
our supporters
Diva
tonight.
got them in here.
We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, on Twitch, we're on the website. You all came through heavy. I want to thank Ravenal, and I see True Diva. I mean, New G is in the building, and I thank you guys for it. Listen, I'm gonna put this up one more time. You need to go and get this. You need to download this project. Tell us about it one more time, Ricky, before we go.
And what, you want to know where to get it again?
Well, they can get it, yeah, just for those
Yes.
latecomers.
Wherever you purchase music, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, wherever you purchase music, you can download this project, and it's going to bless your life. Get it now. And we have some videos out there, at least 4 videos from this project, out on YouTube as well. So you can go see those 4. And we'll have the rest of them to come within the next weeks and months, okay?
And let me just put this bug in your ear, Ricky. Tyrone was supposed to surprise you tonight, but he got tied up in rehearsal. He sends his love. Okay.
Awesome.
I want to make it a good night for you here with me. Since we go back such a long way. Take me higher. Come on, somebody. Y'all know
All
what
right.
music.
All right.
Yes.
Dr. B know exactly what that is. When I first heard that, I said, oh yeah, that's new. It's a distinct sound that has gone, that can transcend music genres. So whatever you all do, your stamp is on it. Listen, we get ready to go. I want to thank Donald Buster Woods, Larry Roberts Jr., all of the guests that came and shared with us tonight, and especially the choir master. We're going to go off with New G tonight, and they're going to take us. You all hanging with us. We're going to just let them sing a little bit for you tonight.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Like, share.
Comment, like, and share. That's right. And thank you guys for sharing with us tonight. And we'll see you on next week. Let's go get it.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, an iNetworks communication station.